Once upon a time, in the grand kingdom of Valdoria, a wise and just king ruled over his people with kindness and wisdom. His name was King Varun, and he was loved by all. But despite his greatness, he had one deep concern: his only son, Prince Aryan. Unlike his father, Aryan was impatient, arrogant, and eager for power. He believed ruling a kingdom meant controlling people rather than serving them. But one fateful lesson would change his life forever. Inside the grand palace, King Varun sat on his throne, watching his son argue with the royal advisors. The prince dismissed their advice and claimed he could run the kingdom better than his father. King Varun: "My son, ruling is not about power. It is about wisdom and patience. A king must nurture his people as a farmer nurtures his crops." Prince Aryan: "Father, why wait when we can command? If a tree doesn't bear fruit fast enough, we cut it down and plant another." The king sighed. He knew words alone wouldn't change his son's heart. One morning, King Varun took Aryan to the royal gardens. He handed him a small bag of seeds. "King Varun, plant these seeds and grow your own fruit tree. Care for it as if it were your kingdom." Prince Aryan: "A tree, but I am to be king, not a gardener." King Varun: "Patience, my son. A true leader nurtures, not commands." Unwillingly, Aryan planted the seeds, wondering how this could teach him about ruling a kingdom. Days passed, but Aryan saw no change. He grew restless. He watered the soil and checked it daily, but the seeds didn't sprout fast enough for his liking. Prince Aryan: "This is pointless. I should have fruit already." He started digging up the soil, searching for signs of growth, but only disturbed the seeds further. The king watched silently, then approached his son. King Varun: "You check the seeds too often. You must trust the process, my son." Prince Aryan: "But how can I lead if I must always wait?" King Varun: "Ruling a kingdom is like growing a tree. If you rush, you will destroy what you wish to create." Aryan listened, but his heart still resisted the lesson. To prove his point, the king assigned Aryan a task: to settle a dispute between two villages over water rights. Aryan, eager to assert authority, made a quick decision without hearing both sides. The villages erupted in anger. The king intervened. King Varun: "Wisdom comes from listening. Just as you cannot force a tree to grow, you cannot force peace without understanding." For the first time, Aryan felt doubt in his approach. Weeks passed, and Aryan noticed a tiny sprout emerging from the soil. He was amazed. "Prince Aryan, it's growing, but it took so long." His father smiled. "Good things take time. Do you see the value of patience now?" Aryan started to care for the plant properly, resisting the urge to rush the process. One day, a strong storm hit the kingdom. Crops were destroyed, and people suffered. Aryan wanted to act immediately and redistribute all the kingdom's food supplies at once. King Varun: "If we give everything now, what will we do in the coming months?" Prince Aryan: "But people are starving." King Varun: "We must ration and plan. Like a tree survives storms by being strong yet flexible, a king must make wise decisions." This time, Aryan listened. The kingdom survived the crisis due to his father's careful planning. Years later, Aryan's tree had grown tall, bearing sweet fruits. He finally understood what his father had been teaching him all along. Prince Aryan: "A kingdom, like this tree, must be nurtured with patience and care." His father beamed with pride. "You are ready, my son." On his coronation day, King Varun handed Aryan a golden staff, carved from the wood of a great tree. King Varun: "This staff represents wisdom and patience. Lead with these, and you will be a great king." Aryan bowed, no longer the impatient boy, but a wise leader ready to serve his people. As King Aryan ruled, he often visited his tree, remembering the lessons it had taught him. Moral: true leadership is not about commanding, but nurturing. Patience and wisdom build a lasting legacy, just like a tree that provides shade and fruit for generations.